Black power, I'm black again, family. Going in the paint, going in the paint, dominating. You know what I'm saying? This is what you call a 4-game sweep. When I do them like this called a 4-game sweep. Putting these niggas' heads to bed. Got to do it. Got to do it. So we black again. I ain't gonna take long. You know what I'm saying? If you've been for the first two, first we dealt with the megalithic, advanced megalithic building of the Africans developed over hundreds of thousands of years in the Nile Valley. You understand what I'm saying? The only place where you could go and find megalithic heads, statues, on the level of the Olmecs to show you that the Olmecs were from the Nile Valley. We focused in, on the areas that, were the main centers of the Olmecs. Huh? Let me get myself, wait a minute, family. Levanta, San Lorenzo, it's a few more, Cabota, and Trezapote. Okay? Trezapote. Okay, I'm up there. I'm in the house. We black. We black. We black. This is what you call a 4-game sweep. You know what I'm saying? So I know people gonna be in and out. That's all right. All of this is fire. So I expect family gonna be black right back to see it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you're missing some high-powered information. Especially the all up. Back, if you get them all back to back, you got high-powered information. And so let me, this one primarily is to show you the extension of the Olmecs into the South America. I did the Mississippi Mile. You could go and watch that, and you could see the extension and the reach, because the Olmecs was the masters of the whole Gulf of Mexico. And you can see that from the south is where the mounds in North America started. The Mississippi Mound started in the south, a Poverty Point in the south, and it went north, okay? Which is proof positive that all those areas that were close, close to the Olmec heartland was the Indians that reached the highest point of development. And that's a fact. And so we can show that the Olmecs, though their heartland was on the Gulf of Mexico, that they went to the furthest extent, as far south as Chile, and went up even into Ohio. Okay, what you call, because the Mississippi Mound came, developed up the Mississippi until it came into the Ohio region where you get Cahokia, okay, which it was the largest settlement, laid the complex out, no doubt, is Olmec. Okay, I don't care about the naysayers. They mad because they know they didn't fuck with me, and now I got to put the truth in front of the world, and that's what's gonna happen. And when they get it, I don't have to worry about it no more. When you go do the research and you lay it out and you see it for you and you take your time and go over what I said and you get the information, the books, and read your books and study and you're gonna come to the same goddamn conclusion. Okay? Now again, this video is primarily to show the Olmecs, which they don't like to call them Olmecs. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they get down to Guatemala, El Salvador, and Colombia, the term that they use is potbellies. Okay? And it's because they carve from granite, but they look like little fat boys. You know what I'm saying? They not this, and then you got some heads but they're not as exquisite. So you know, and so they understand, and they wrote that it was Olmec. You understand? It's just not on the exquisite level of the heartland, and you're going to see that. The megalithic, you know what I'm saying? You're going to know that, no doubt, that the influence is from the Olmecs. So, and I'm going to show you some key, and we're going to get to moving so we can get the most out of this. And then we're going into the last one. And that motherfucker going to be fire. Okay, you better get the goddamn fire extinguisher, the goddamn water hose. You better get that motherfucker ready, because your goddamn computer might catch on goddamn fire. All right, let me go ahead and let's move off into this so we can get the most out of this video. You know what? I'm gonna start right here. Nah, I put this up front because I'm gonna start crashing them before I even get into the full video. Mexican Indians, and that's what I'm gonna call them, know that the Olmecs are not them. And I'm gonna show you subliminally. And I want y'all to walk with me. Walk with me, family. And I'm gonna show you that they know subliminally that the Olmecs is not them. Now, one way you can see the subliminal sneak, which I call academic sneak dissing, is when they show the Olmecs so minimized that, you know, if somebody looked at the Olmecs and said, oh, damn, it looked like they wouldn't have no goddamn influence on nothing. Okay, that don't even look like, you know, that shit look like a city. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't look so, it does not, it minimizes, okay, it greatly the influence of the Olmec people. Okay, now imagine that. You got these Mexicans that will put up photos of themselves next to the Olmec, okay? But yet and still, if they thought the Olmecs were them, then you would expect them to venerate the Olmecs. But I can show you without any doubt that they wish them damn heads stayed up under the ground. They wish that they could adjust, because the Mayans are their prototype. That's who they push. The Mayans. They try to push them as the intellectual powerhouse. See, that's really who they are. They not, you know, they not the Olmecs. These is a different people, okay? And they never really, when you watch them, they'll try to claim it because they don't want you to claim it and prove that you the master. Because, you know, so they're going to try to take it off the board so you don't claim it. And so what they're doing is lying by trying to put some Indians up next to the heads. And I'm going to shoot so many goddamn. Once I'm done with part 4, y'all going to be like, God damn, Seti, did you leave anybody? You see what I'm saying? And so now let's move and let me show you. Now, if you look at any book, majority of the books, you see how they when they're dealing with their cultural books and their history books, you see how Aztec, Maya, Inca, Toltec, okay, shamanism, and then the other one you got Aztec, Inca, and Maya. Never show the motherfucking Olmec at all. See, that's subliminal right there. Okay, that's subliminal. That's a subliminal hate right there. And I'm going to show you it's profound. It's not just on the book. It's on the maps. It's on the fucking books. If they thought the Olmecs was them, they would venerate them. They would pay homage to them. They would put them up all over wherever they could. They would venerate, but they know damn well. Let me tell y'all something. 99, if you took somebody that didn't know who the Olmecs was and you didn't tell them it was in Mexico or no, I wouldn't give a fuck if it was an Asian. I wouldn't give a fuck if it was a white man. I wouldn't give a fuck if it was a black man or Indian, whatever. If they had never, ever, 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 ever saw it, and you ask them, who do you think this is? 99.9% of them gonna say it's an African, and that fact alone is an enigma for their ass. You understand? I don't give a fuck how many little puffy face Mexicans they try to put up there, which I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna shoot holes through that. You understand? Next to the Olmec, they know goddamn well that majority of the people who had never known where that statue came from, if you put that statue in Africa, they gonna think that's where the fuck it belongs. And they ain't gonna ever think it's none of them puffy face Mexicans that they try to put up there and pretend like that's the same, like a real scholar, and those who know the truth can't shoot holes through that. Okay? And so look here again. See here, here's a map. You see old Mayan. You see what I'm saying? You see Aztec. You don't even see the Olmec. They won't even show you. You know what I'm saying? Again, let me come over here. The mythology of the Aztec and the Mayan. And half the shit up there, Quetzalcoatl at the bottom of the damn book, that's Olmec. You understand what I'm saying? The pyramid building. You know, mound started with the Olmec. You go to the right, ancient civilization. Aztec, Inca, and Mayan. Okay, end of the unit test, study guide key. See, that's subliminal. If they thought that was them, you think they would lead the greatest culture of the Americas off the goddamn books? That's almost like starting with America, New Zealand, Canada, and Australia without ever mentioning Great Britain. How the fuck do you do that? That's subliminal in itself, proven in their heart they know it ain't them. So I don't hear nothing about no motherfucking Mexican talking about he Olmec. What kind of shit is that? And you don't never even represent. Okay? That's an enigma. Here we go again. Aztec, Mayan, Inca. Aztec, Mayan, Inca. Aztec, Mayan, Aztec, Mayan. Okay? Again, I'm just showing you how I'm going to go ahead, book for book, goddamn map for map. Look at this. Mayans, Aztec, and the stinking Inca. Okay? Create a Mayan, Aztec, and the stinking Incan civilizations. You see what I'm saying? No Olmec. Look at this. Maya Aztec. What is that telling you? What is that telling you? And this is the greatest civilization. What is that telling you? That they know that they would rather that them heads stayed up under the goddamn ground so that they could push the type that they really are. And I'm going to show you the type that they really are, who them people belong to. Lying motherfuckers going to try to steal the culture like we that damn dumb. That was weak. That was weak what they did. Put them fake ass photos. I say, I know they ain't gonna try to run this by nobody. Serious, that really know. So you see again, Mayan, and then you got Mayan Incan, and I keep going down the line, book for book. They don't want the world to know, because again, like I said, 99.9%, if you seen them fake ass photos that they put up with the Mexican next to the Olmec, they know damn well without any influence. Do you understand what I'm saying to you today? Without any influence or any information, if an person of an race came upon that head, and if they had no previous information of where it's located, who it is, this, that, they 99.999% will assume that it's an African. And that fact alone fucks them up. They can put all the fake ass photos on the internet they want. It ain't gonna change a goddamn thing. It took y'all a long fucking time to come up with that lie. And you know what I'm saying? They just started putting that fake shit up Took you a long time to try, and it was weak. You could have kept that. Look at the map. Iroquois, Cherokee, Apache, Aztec, Maya. They just closed the Olmec the fuck on up. Didn't even show it. Moki. Inca. You know, either they minimize it greatly or they don't even show it at all. So how the fuck you think they think that's them? And this is great, and this is the greatest civilization, and with the most exquisite architecture, the biggest pyramids and all, and you leaving them off the fucking book and map. What is that telling you? Wake up, look at this. And so I don't show you one or two, I show you the predominant thought pattern of the Mexican people. And as you can see on the left, they don't even show. And then on the right, they show the Inca, you know, large, the Mayan bigger, show them all to be bigger than the Olmec. And that's a goddamn lie, because the shit that they claiming is Mayan is actually Olmec. The shit that they claiming is Incan is actually Olmec. They stealing all the Olmec shit and then minimize them and lying on who the hell they are. I got to get into this shit. That's called academic sneak dissing. Getting on their whole ass today. That's like starting with America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand without first mentioning Great Britain. Look it to the right. Don't even got the Olmec. Look to the left. Ain't even got the Olmec. How do you lead the greatest civilization off the map in books? Okay, you do not do that. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, we know that Britannia, and all the Europe come out of Rome. That's like you starting with Britannia and Germania and all them, and don't mention that they were nothing but goddamn colonies of Rome. How do you do that? How do you lead a mother culture off the goddamn map and out the books? But let's go on up into what they call the potbelly. Now, the reason why I put this up, because this is significant. Because this is, and they don't show this. They do not show this. They are showing. Do you know how hard it was for me to find this statue right here? This is at Teotihuacan. And these are the biggest and probably the most exquisite pyramid in all the Americas. And what they do not tell you, that there's an Olmec statue. This is a potbelly. You understand what I'm saying? Where it look like, you know, he's a heavy set, and it makes me wonder, did the Asian get the fat Buddha from this, you know, or is that a cultural similarity that has a common origin? You know what I'm saying? Because in many cultures, a heavy set man or a heavy set boy represents fruitfulness, plentiness. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what it symbolized. So you see here, this statue is in front of Teotihuacan. And I'm showing you this just like I showed you the head from Zapotes with the race car. You know, they look like a goddamn race car track, inner tube lip. And we ain't laughing because our family drew it and carved it. So, but that was them emphasizing that they have full lips. Not no, you know, trying to wide mouth Mexican, ain't got no bottom lip, half a top lip, ain't got no damn nose, got a wide nose, but not a full nose. Okay, I'm gonna bust it, and then when you take the hat off the Olmec, that gonna kill it all, and we're gonna claim our culture and we're gonna move on. I wouldn't argue with none of them because the proof already got them niggas crying. Them niggas like, God damn it, this nigga did it again. It's like when Jordan hit that motherfucking shot in the third, and with 3 seconds left, and motherfuckers thought, you know what I'm saying, when he was in Utah. He did it to him and shit, and he shook that motherfucker Russell, and he hit that goddamn shot with 3, and you can see everybody in the motherfucking Utah stadium, nigga, damn near collapse and have a heart attack. You understand what I'm saying? So we looking here at this potbelly, this particular, and I want you to stay focused on that, because this is in Mexico at Teotihuacan. And so when they get down in Guatemala and El Salvador and Colombia, this is the style that they're gonna take. And they call them pot bellies. But when you put potbelly in there, make sure you put Guatemala, make sure you put Colombia, make sure you put El Salvador. Make sure you don't just put potbelly in there, because that could be a word for a pig. They got all type of potbelly name for pigs, you know, all type of other products and shit. So when you put potbellies in there, make sure you put the nation Guatemala, make sure you put El Salvador, and make sure you put in Colombia. And then the specific statues will come up, and you will see, and they got the information in there that the scholars already identified the shit as Olmec. I'm sick of this shit. But see, now they call it potbelly because they don't want you to make the connection. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you know, I didn't put it up there, but this was in Guatemala, El Salvador, and it looked just like the statue in Mexico at La Venta. And you see, once you understand that the Olmecs brought the jaguar, anywhere you see the jaguar, that's Olmec influence. Anywhere where you see the flying serpent, Quetzalcoatl, that's Olmec. You see, that's distinctively Olmec. Okay, now this is at Takalik Abaj. This is in Guatemala. Now, see right there, immediately you see the steps going up the mountain. You see what I'm saying? And so right there, we back to mound, you know, the mounds of North America. You see what it is. The only thing is the Olmecs were more exquisite. They had, you know, stone steps where the Indians was hunter-gatherers. They had no knowledge of Masonic building. So they just had a mound. Y'all need to know that. Run that shit, you know, run it, you know, when you grab that ball and you motherfuckers out there run straight up the middle. I'm giving you the knowledge where you could bust straight up the middle on their ass. Run their motherfucking ass over like the refrigerator. William Perry, run their ass straight over. You see the stairs going up the mound, so that's evidence that, you know, there was more exquisite mound building than in the North America. Okay, now I have to take you to La Venta. I didn't put this particular one in there, but the cuts on the stone are Olmec. And the reason why I could take you right to La Venta and show you a stone with them same cuts on it. Okay, and so when I was doing the research, the site where I got it from had already identified that it was Olmec. And once you see the other stone that come from La Venta, you gonna know it's Olmec. Now look at that. This is in Guatemala. So it looked like a heavy, but it's not on the level. Okay, it's not on the level, but you can see that it's Olmec influence. This is in Guatemala. Okay, and you see the steps leading up the mound, but that's not eternal. You know what I'm saying? Because that ground gonna push up, and them stones is gonna come, and then, you know, it's gonna come down, and then it's so easy for somebody to come, you know, like the invaders and whatever, to take the stone and go build other structures with it. You see what I'm saying? So you see Takalik Abaj, where it's located, now you see it's closer to the Pacific Ocean, like I was saying. So when you look, you see that the Olmecs was on the Atlantic and they was on the Pacific. We're going to go to Monte Alto too. We're at Takalik Abaj right now. So you can see that the Olmecs was again on the Atlantic, which is the east coast of Mexico, and they was on the Pacific Ocean, which is the west coast. Okay, now that right there, that's La Venta. Okay, that's La Venta. That's another head at La Venta that they didn't finish, just to show you. You know what I'm saying? They didn't finish that one. Now, see them cuts even on this one. You know, that's the one that on the right is at La Venta. You know what I'm saying? You see the cuts on it. Okay, now when you come back here, you can see them same cuts, but I got one even colder than that. You know what I'm saying? So you see to the left is the statue at Teotihuacan, where the Great Pyramids is. Okay, you see the style is all up and down South America, Central America. Okay, now look to the left. This is in Monte Alto, Guatemala. Okay, and you see right there, they didn't tell you about this one. They didn't tell you about this. Okay, this is in Guatemala. They got heads in Guatemala. Okay, you see now to the right is what they call a potbelly. It look like a fat man, but you can see they carving on that stone. You understand what I'm saying? It's not as exquisite as in Levanta, but you understand that this is influenced by the Olmec, and their hand is all the way into every nation in today what is called Middle America, Mesoamerica. Okay, a potbelly sculpture from Monte Alto in Guatemala, and it's at La Democracia Park. Okay, and so you see, and so it kind of remind me of the little what they them little like almost like bats. You know what I'm saying? It almost seemed like it's taking the part of bats and the little small statues of Ptah. You know what I'm saying? That later on became the Buddha. You understand what I'm saying? It got the same symbolism and common origin. I'm gonna do more research on it. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is in Guatemala to show you. And listen, look at this. So they know about it. Listen to what I'm saying, so you don't think that I'm just making this shit up. The dating of potbelly sculptures has been problematic, with few of the earlier known sculptures being found in their original context. Investigators from 1950s through the 1970s argued that the style was Olmec derived or perhaps pre-Olmec. See, they got to, fuck this. We got to have an out. Olmec culture is judged to have lasted from 1500 BC through to 400 BC based on radiocarbon dating. Okay, investigations at Santa Lucida was focused on answering the dating problem and securely dated Santa Lucia monuments 1 and 3 between 500 BC and 100 AD using a combination of radiocarbon dating and ceramic evidence. Don't give that shit nothing. All you have to do is understand, number one, that when they first saw it, that they knew, they argued that the style was Olmec. That's all we got, because when you look at it, once you understand no other race, no other people was carving granite, then that right there alone let you know that it was Olmec. Because you never seen no Indian, none of the Indian cultures ever carved megalithic heads in their own fucking image. They trying to claim our image, but they never made megalithic stone structures in their own. So automatically you're going to look at who already been doing it, and who doing it the most exquisitely is the Olmecs. Okay? Now I don't even need to read much of that. Okay? Let me go down some, because this right here I don't need to show. I got some heavy for that. This is Santa Lucida, okay? El Salvador, okay? And so here we go. You see one of the potbellies been cracked. It's been cracked. We don't know if the water did it, or they say, fuck this shit, man. We sick of finding Olmec heads and Olmec pottery and all this shit everywhere. So this is in El Salvador. We just come out of Guatemala now. We're in El Salvador right now. And you see the large granite sculptures. You understand what they call potbellies? And you see when they found them, the vegetation had grew over much of it. You know what I'm saying? And they had to clean it up and, bring it out to the world. Here it is right here, the dating and cultural associations of the potbelly sculptural style, new evidence from West El Salvador. Now, also, to back it up, you understand what I'm saying? You see the pyramid, the mound. I ain't gonna say pyramid, you see the mound. See what I'm saying? So that's all the way down. So I don't know why. And then when you see the ones that's closest to the Olmec or derived from the Olmec, they got some form of masonry, whether it's some brick or outer casing or something, because they were more advanced. You understand what I'm saying? And those that were closest to the Olmec was the most advanced. That's why you see the most exquisite pyramids in all the Americas in the Olmec heartland. Okay, that is all that. So this is El Salvador, and this is different than this is Casablanca. Okay, this is San Andreas, San Andreas. So they got pyramid mounds all through El Salvador. Okay, with the evidence that the Olmecs is in the land. Okay, this is looking at it from the top. You see the ruins of San Andres, El Salvador. Okay, now what does this say? Did I put this in already? Already did that. Okay, potbelly sculptures are distributed along the Pacific slope of southern Mesoamerica from Chiapas in Mexico through Guatemala to El Salvador, as well as the Guatemalan highlands. They lie. It's even further than that. A few examples have been found further afield in the Mayan lowlands of Guatemala and Honduras. Okay, but when I pull up in Colombia, I guess you forgot about them. You see what I'm saying? And see how they say Maya lowland. Maya ain't got nothing to do with it. We're in Colombia, San Agustin Archaeological Park. Okay, they lie. Whoever put this shit up didn't know nothing about Colombia, so I had to go to Colombia. So we going all up and down, showing you this is Colombia, San Agustin Archaeological Park. You can see from the legend, they got archaeological monuments all through Colombia. Okay, now this gonna get cold-blooded, family. I'm gonna have to stop and scroll up and show you this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you right there, you see the jaguar. That's not no damn vampire. Okay, that's showing you the jaguar, the veneration of the jaguar. Okay, you see the evidence of the stone. Now, I didn't put the tomb, and I might have to go and pull it on down so you can see. Fuck that. Let me go on and pull it on down, because it's gonna be necessary for you to see this. And then I'm gonna have to pull this damn. Let me go and pull it on down. I can't play. We done got into the thicker shit, and so I can't play. I can't play. I gotta bring that one up. And then I need that. Let me bring it on. Let me bring that on up. And then I need that damn tomb. That Mexican, that Olmec tomb. And then that way I could show. There you go. Here you go right here. Here you go right here. I'm gonna just copy it and bring it on up. And then I'm gonna go to work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna show you nothing unless I can prove it. You know what I'm saying? And show you the evidence. Okay, here you go. There you go, right there. Let me go and put it right on in there so you can see it. All right, let me go to work. So you see right here, which is Olmec. You see, this is the Olmec tomb in Levante. You see, that's a tomb. Okay, that's a tomb. And you see, this is a tomb too. You know what I'm saying? But wait till I show you what's in it. It almost look like them as Nagas. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the two heads up front, they look like they're taking the form. That almost looks serpentine to me. Y'all look at it if you want to, but when I see them ridges up, in their body, that look like the underbelly of a serpent. And then you're looking at the head at the top, that looks serpentine to me. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at the tomb, you already see the evidence that the Olmecs put their kings in tombs very similar. And then look at this. You see again, you look at the head down at the bottom. You see that eye, you see the eye, you see them damn lips. You got to watch it. Now watch this. See the goddamn stone sarcophagus? This one is in Levanta. Or was it Levanta? I think it was Levanta or San Lorenzo. And then you come here and you see the stone sarcophagus right here in Colombia. Okay? I don't make this shit up. Do the research. So the Olmecs is in El Salvador. They in Guatemala. You see, now that remind me of Best. If you look at it, that look like the small patah, the small Best that you see. You can see it's a little short African. You see the thick lip. You see the eyes. That's Best. You see what I'm saying? The nose, the jaguar. You see what I'm saying? You can see the nose you see that's an African. Once you study the statues over and over again, you see this is Olmec. And now this is also from San Agustin, Archaeological Park. Look at the nose. Look at Norma. Okay, look like it came out the same school of thought. Okay, look like the same school of thought. And so I'm gonna go over these. And now look at this one, where they be holding the baby. They had these effigies where they always hold a little baby, and it reminds me so much of the Isis and Horus. So you do your research, because this was my first time even coming in contact, and you see him holding it. It almost look like Ptah when he holding the staff. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look at that. See him holding the staff? Let me, and I'm gonna come out of this, family. I'm gonna come out of this, and I'm gonna go into the last one and crush these people. Okay, let me go on and put it in here so I can show you. See it? See it? It's too much similarities for people to keep thinking that this shit is all a game. You see what I'm saying? Our family came from Africa, and though, just like you move in different areas, you develop different, cultures, but the foundational culture is the same. And so, again, proven hands down, proven, because I just showed you the information that the scholars, when they saw it, they know that it's Olmec. And I'm quite sure, that was my first time even though I seen it in books. I seen the images of what they call the potbelly in the book, but I didn't know that it was in Guatemala, and that it was in Colombia, and it was in El Salvador. And so you might as well concede that it's in Panama, Honduras, all in northern South America. We just got to do the research. So what I did is I handed you the baton, and what you got to do is, and I'm gonna continue to do more research in the area and bring you as much as I can, so that you can move forward in your studies, and so we can put a heavy hand on our science. This is what it's about. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm not doing this motherfucker. I'm doing it because it's facts. You know what I'm saying? It's facts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't make careless mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I've been studying, symbolisms well over 30. I'm not no motherfucking body to play with. You know what I'm saying? I see shit, and I ain't gonna say it's exactly, but I say, damn, that kind of remind me. You know what I'm saying? And I put it to the side until I can get some more heavier research. And when I'm convinced that I have more than one or two or three, I'm not gonna ever just pop out with just one. I'm not gonna. Once I see multiplicity of evidence that it's a wrap, I'm coming forward with it and saying this is the strong possibility. And when I get too many strong possibilities, that shit become reality. I done already showed you the sarcophagus, the stela, the hieroglyphs, the goddamn pyramid, the goddamn, different deities. You understand what I'm saying? Showing you where the science is developed from, showing you this is megalithic. It's facts to me. That's the way I move. I don't give a goddamn where nobody else move. The facts is pushing me that what the other master teachers say. Because this is what Drusilla Dundee Houston said. This is what J.A. Rogers said. This is what Dr. Ben said. This is what Ivan Van Sertima said. This is where the majority. So you can follow these old pissy pants Negroes who ain't nothing but some goddamn back alley scholars that ain't got no scholar. You follow them if you want to. When I look at the major, now we all got our different way of getting to where we going, okay? But the heavy evidence is that the Nile Valley is the mother of all cultures on this planet, and that Ethiopia in early times went out all over the world and started colonies all over the world. That's what the majority of the top African scholars say. Not no itty bitty niggas on YouTube. We talking about people that been studying, 30, 40,000 books. Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, John G. Jackson, Ivan Van Sertima, all these great scholars who seen the guy, who've been to all the nations. You understand what I'm saying? Multiple times, down through these Chancellor Williams, been to damn near every nation in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? Been studying over 40, 50 years. Negro, have a seat. You see what I'm saying? Yes, it's a lot more we need to uncover. Yes. We gonna be, it's certain shit we gonna see immediately. It's certain shit we gonna have to work with. But I am clear that the Nile Valley is the mother of all civilization on this planet. And if you go into the culture, and I'm not talking about no one or two, if I sat down and made a list of all the similarities between the Olmec, I guarantee you I could give you 50 strong ones and shut the door and wouldn't give a fuck if I never talked to you ever again in my life. Nigga, I done gave you the motherfucking blueprint. Bye. I don't got to say shit else to you. To all the Negroes out there that believe, go on about your business, nigga. Let the family look at your shit and let them look at mine. And if they want to roll with you, go right on ahead. But I believe that the ones that understand the supreme scholarship of our people and the great scholars of our, the great academia of African scholarship will see that is exact. I'm proving my master teachers. I'm proving it. I'm proving exactly. I go about it the way I go about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proving my master teachers was right and exact. And they got it from scholarship of the ancient world. So I'm done. Okay, family, we're going into this last one for the fake fraudulent Mexican scholars trying to steal the greatness of Africans. You can see they hiding it wherever they get a chance. It's them, though. You're going to see this motherfucker. He going to try to pretend that is him, and every chance he get, he leaves the Olmec off the map, leave the Olmec off the book, don't give him no credit. And when they get to Guatemala, El Salvador, goddamn Colombia, it becomes a potbelly. You understand what I'm saying? They won't say Olmec potbelly. They just say pot. So they try to hide it and sweep it up under the rug. every chance they get, because I'm going to end on this, and I'm going to say it once again, they know it's you. They know it's the African. They know you the master of all civilization in the Western Hemisphere, from North America to Middle America to South America. They know it's you. And now, again, if you take that Olmec head and you show it to anybody, and uninformed about where it's from, you understand who it is, 99.9% of anybody, any race in the world, gonna guess that it's an African. Okay, because many Mexicans, and that's why they racist ass trying to say we claiming some shit. You understand what I'm saying? When we can show that many of their own fucking scholars, when they saw them heads, said they was African. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So if we racist, then your own fucking scholars is racist. Okay? They know that 99.9% of the people in this world will assume that it's African, and that alone is an enigma that they do not want to deal with. They rather take the Olmec off the goddamn calendar, off the book, and not deal with it. And I'm going to ask you this question. How can you talk about America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and not talk about Great Britain? And the same question I'm going to ask you. How can you talk about the Inca, the Aztec, the Mayan, and the Mississippi mound culture and do not talk about the Olmec? You better answer that question, and you better do it logically, because they know it is you. They know the Africans is the mothers and fathers of all civilization in this hemisphere. And they came from Africa. Africa. That's where they came from. All right, family. We're going into the last video. I'm hot. Don't miss this shit right here, family. Go call some niggas and say nigga be in the house, going live in 5 minutes. Black Power.